Welcome to S Rank, the podcast on ice.
Oh shit.
On this show, we rank random things on an S through F scale, or list rather. But we don't know what's coming next, and we only get one swap. This is the most dangerous game. I'm Devin, and with me to create this list is Ethan.
You know, I saw Disney on Ice once when I was like 12.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was very confused because they use a Zamboni to clean the ice before the show begins. I didn't realize it was part of the bit that one of the Zambonis would just be left on the ice. And I was like getting really concerned, like, no,
They're going to postpone it.
They're not going to know what to do, and someone's going to come out. And it was a goof. I think literally Goofy comes out and he gets.
So was the
something.
people driving it? Were they dressed up or
No? But then Goofy comes out and he gets on it. I think it was something like that. It was something like that.
He kicks off the actual minimum wage worker who's probably waiting to go home.
And then Goofy runs him over like in that scene from what's that movie? Austin Powers.
I was gonna say I'm not.
Yeah. I was gonna say
my Goofy
that other movie
movies.
by the dude that plays Shrek, and not Wayne's World.
Speaking of Wayne's World, we could get that tonight, potentially. It's possible. This is your first time watching, like I said, S through F tier list, but we don't know what's coming next, and we only get one swap. There's 2 spots for each tier except for C and S. S gets 1 spot, winner takes all, and C gets 3 spots because that's kind of our average, our start of our bell curve for this. Last time we did this, it was an interesting list. I feel like it wasn't fantastic, but I think it was pretty solid considering it was our first time. Our first rodeo doing it.
We only have one swap, and I really wanted Pizza Near Me to be number 1, but Devin was really trying to get Jimmy Neutron to sit at S rank.
That's not true. That's fake news. Fake news.
And this is already after he argued for the literal Nazi to not be at the bottom tier.
No.
You know,
I still want to
I'm
put
trying
in a
my
rule.
best here as the underdog on this show. I'm trying my best here to make sure that you, the audience, are represented as best as possible. So pizza good.
Pizza Near Me was a pretty good first one. I hope we don't. I do like the rule if we get anything Nazi oriented, we just roll it again because I don't even want to give them like the light of day. But yes, we did have on our first ever list an F tier, a sculptor, whatever. I don't remember his name. Who cares? You can watch that first episode. But yeah, this is our second time.
It'd be really funny if we
already made.
Don't put that episode as Thirst anyway.
It's true. We could have done that. It's our second time going through this, and we've already made a change. Google's I'm feeling lucky, which I guess I misremember what it was, or it worked sometimes, whatever, has been kicked out. All right, it got fired on day 1 of the job. Did not meet expectations. Instead, we went back to randomlist.com, and since our first ever thing, though, we did get was a Friends character. We're like, what if we make that kind of maybe the new staple going forward? We start off with a random person, and we'll basically do that. So we have a random people, we have random objects. You'll see as we go if this is your first time watching. But we go through we have 7 of them. We go through them twice in chronological order. So let's get right into it. As you can see here, we had William Shakespeare as a test run. We've gotten, I think, modern day celebrities, but we can get old time celebrities. We'll see. So let's hit this and start this list, Ethan.
So last time.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, I was gonna say last time, we had that character for Friends who, for us, hey, I don't really know her. See, Marilyn Monroe. Honestly, same, but I am led to believe that she was pretty hot. Does that mean that I would then naturally rank her higher?
I mean,
am I leading into stereotypes about society and the negative impacts that attractiveness and celebrities have
maybe
on
we
youth
do
culture?
B for bombshell.
But then do I lower it? And then what? I'm just lowering a woman just because she's attractive to put her down? So I don't know, Devin. I don't know where I'm putting her.
I was gonna say I wasn't thinking that deeply. I just was like,
I'm sorry. I was taking I was being
I mean,
serious about the show because I'm
in
the
terms
underdog.
of like, models and actresses, she is also an actress of her time. She was in, I believe, several movies. Um,
She was in Bill and Ted.
she was in Bill and Ted. Was she?
I don't think so.
That's probably late.
She was in the Bill and Ted video.
I thought maybe like
they
a
go
cameo.
back in
Like
time. That
they go
was my
back in
joke.
time.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. I was gonna say though, like from that era, do we us in 2025? Can we name any other like actresses or models really to her level in that era of the 50s, and like I think she died in the 60s.
Charlie
you know
Chaplin.
what I mean? So,
and
right.
I Love Lucy chick. I think her name was Lucille. Anyway,
a cartoon, not real, but
no, I Love Lucy. That was a real show.
Oh, I'm thinking of the
Betty Boop.
Yes. Thank you.
I Dream of Jeannie. I think that was the same lady.
I'm just saying, like, she's like, if you ask me, actress 1950s, and this is someone who tries to watch a lot of different eras of movies, but 50s and 60s is not my forte. But if you had to ask me, or you just randomly were like, Devin, name a actress from like 1950s, I'd be like, probably the first person come to mind would be Marilyn Monroe. So I feel like we got to give flowers.
I think her and Elvis, they're like that
like
celebrity,
the king and queen, the king and queen of the 50s. I mean,
he was the king for sure. And did he kill himself on that toilet, or did he just
no?
OD?
He just OD'd. Yeah.
Okay. Too much.
Marilyn Monroe. The rumor is that her and JFK though.
Right, I remember that.
Had a little something going on.
And we've all seen that photo of Jackie climbing out of the car, so I don't really believe that he would leave her,
I say we do B for bombshell, and just I'm hoping we're gonna get some good ones this time. Like I think I'd argue based off our previous list, she'd probably be in the A spot, but
we don't want to.
We don't want to metagame
not
too hard.
Fair, because like immediately we're like, well, we don't want to eliminate spots. What if we get something great later? And I don't want to compare. Well, we had this person last week or last time. Whenever I don't know how these are going out, but last episode of this, and I like this person more, so this has to fresh lists. Because hopefully we're not getting Nazi level stuff for F tier. Hopefully that doesn't equate to that. So I guess I'm not gonna fight you on this. I'm not gonna fight you on Marilyn Monroe. I just want to
change. This second episode we change it up a little bit, see what happens.
Can you spell her name for me, because it's really tiny on my end?
Marilyn, Marilyn, and then Monroe, as in Monroe County, Rochester, New York.
Thank you.
Where we're from.
Yep.
Born.
And this time I added guiding lines so that I can see what the maximum size.
It was fun seeing him change size last time, though.
Yes. Oops.
Or just not. It just them bleeding over the.
Well, I would then change them. Yes. All right.
So Marilyn Monroe in the B.
That's right.
In the B tier. And right now, folks, you see it says C spot 1, C2, 3. As of right now, maybe later, Don. But as of right now, there is no like tiers within the tiers, so it's just a flat line.
That's
there's no
what it's supposed to mean. You know what I mean? Like these are all in the same bucket.
Yes, but maybe down the line we'll see. Not
as long as I'm around. As the underdog, I fight for you, the audience.
It's true. Now we're on to randomobjectgenerator.org. Let's see what we get here.
Got a commercial.
I don't know what unique means. I haven't seen a difference, but I'm going to press it. Sponge mop.
Sponge Bob or Sponge Mop?
Mop. Like the.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Is that a difference for the regular mop?
Well, a regular mop has those cordy threads.
I'm going to Google it.
A sponge mop is just a giant sponge at the end of a stick.
Oops. What happened? There we go.
Like you said, I'm going to Google it when you're searching on Ecosia.
You're right. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's just
like a Swiffer, but a little bit thicker.
I mean, it's a mop, though. But, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I would say I've used these types of mops before at works jobs that I've had in the past.
Same.
And I've also used regular mops at home when it's, like, time to vinegar the floors. People clean with vinegar. fucking floors, I guess. I don't know. I've had to use that before. Definitely don't like that one. So I'm. Hey, maybe Sponge Mop is this episode's swim goggles. If I had to use a mop, I'd use a sponge mop. But I don't know if I'd put it in the same category as Marilyn Monroe.
What's funny is Bryn was complaining about our Swiffer, and she's like, I need like a more traditional mop. So if she was in here, I wonder if she would disagree. But it looks
you
fun
saw the
to
ones
use.
where you can press the thing and it like tries to close the mop on itself. To
I don't think
squeeze
I've used mops at like jobs before, but I don't think I've used the sponge mops. Maybe I don't have, because I thought I did, but then I thought about no, that was more of a just regular Swiffer. But I've done mops, like the more traditional with it, the hair, the braids almost looking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of take your lead on this one. Where are you thinking of putting it?
To me, putting it below C indicates dissatisfaction with it. I like them in the cleaning world. I like them. Now, compared to regular mop, you are squeezing out that stuff far more often because there's not as much stuff in there to be soaked
It's more of
up.
a quicker, smaller area. Like you're knocking out.
But it's effective. It's a rectangle. You know what I mean? It's not like a bunch of cords. You're kind of like having to go over
for,
twice.
Your kid spilled the Fanta on the floor, like his cup of Fanta.
Sure.
I don't need the whole mop. I don't need the whole arsenal out today.
I want to put this at C tier.
I think that's fine.
I feel like what
it's average. It's an average thing.
Exactly. It is good.
I don't hate
it. Yeah, it's not something that like sticks out to me as like oh my god, gotta have it. You know what I mean? Like swim goggles were for me last time. I am not going in that water.
you gotta have it.
I could clean with something else, even though I would prefer a sponge mop.
So we're going to do another object generator, but this time from Twitter at @dailyobject_. Shout out to them. I hope they never stop posting, because if they do, then we'll be in trouble one day with this one. But we're going to roll a dice. I think we did 1d12 last time. I guess I'm just going to stick with that.
Okay.
And if we got something from previous episodes, we'll just maybe go down or up one. I don't know. 12.
Okay.
All right. So that should be something new. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A gold, not just a cheese grater, folks. A golden cheese grater. Like, this is like the bougie version.
Does it say gold cheese grater or gold plated?
It says golden. This is Daily Object 1000. This is a big one right here.
So that's probably why, because their header is a cheese grater. So they're probably like, for the 1000th, let's just do our signature thing again. Gold is soft. As a cheese grater, do I want something that is meant to grate soft things to also be soft? Not really. It's better than a lead cheese grater. You know what happens when you
radioactive
when you have acidic like vegetables and lead, right? It sucks in all of the lead into the tomato, and not that you would grate a tomato, but you get the idea. Maybe you would with like a zucchini or something. You know what I mean?
But I'd argue, or at least maybe older generations would argue, though, that makes them tougher. Like,
sure.
Oh, we had lead cheese graters when we grew up.
And you felt tougher because when you were 24, you looked like you were 42. So, yeah, I guess, sure. If aesthetics are all you need. And maybe this is a Donald Trump-like thing of like, oh, I don't need gold thing. All I want to say...
Give me the golden cheese grater.
All I want to say is that I don't think it would be that... I think it'd be less useful than a regular... steel, stainless steel cheese grater. But I don't know. What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm just looking at this as just like, I go to Target, I'm buying a cheese grater, and there was a black one, a silver one, and a gold one. And I don't know if gold would be my go-to choice. I'm kind of picky when it comes to gold things, unless it's S rank. See our branding here.
That's right.
I do like our
this would be made out of actual gold, right? If it just says gold,
it just says golden, like the color.
Okay, so it's just a yellowing cheese grater.
It just it looks a little bougie for me. I don't think I would have it in my household. But I also wouldn't judge that hard. This isn't like if this was with everything else was gold, I'd be like that's a little tacky.
Sure.
But
Like the
if
White
you
House
just
right
bought
now.
this, if you bought this singularly like by itself, and you have your appliances are all in different shapes and sizes and colors, I don't think
If I were to see it in
I
your
wouldn't.
home
I
right now,
wouldn't.
I'd be like, oh, that was a gift, I guess. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't. I'll say this. I don't think this is like. I'm not getting like total negative vibes. Like I'm not like. It looks like what it's supposed to do is which is great
Sure.
cheese. So
Yeah.
part of me
Yeah.
wants to put this at C. I know Sponge Mop we find a little bit better, but like it's kind of like it's a tool. It's not moving the needle for me left or right.
Listen, there's an adjective in front of the useful noun known as cheese grater, golden. That extra adjective implies it's different or trying to stand out from the normal thing. I think because of that, because the fact that they were like, this isn't just a cheese grater, this is a golden cheese grater. If that's what they're going for. It needs to be compared to the regular thing. And we both find this more tacky than a standard cheese grater.
True.
Personally speaking, I would rather have a sponge mop in my house than a golden cheese grater. Personally. So I would put it at D.
But just to double check, just for us to think of a different perspective here. When we think of golden, when it comes to like trophies and prizes, or in Pokemon perhaps,
yes,
like the golden, legendary. Like I'm getting, what I mean, like is it supposed to be? I'm with you. But I'm just making sure I'm covering the bases here.
If
Maybe
you want
golden
something made
means,
of gold,
like,
it needs to be
legendary.
something that's important. It's something that's special. It's something that's significant. A cheese grater isn't. To me, the golden cheese grater is, I have a lot of fuck up money, fuck you money, and all my shit is golden because why not? To me, this is a hubris object. This is, oh, well, my fingers each have rings on them. My lady's got a chain made of platinum, gold, rubies,
It is,
and diamond.
yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's just put it at D. I mean, I see where you're coming from, and I'm not being moved really by this, so it's just like it's not worth fighting over, So I think we just put it at D.
Okay.
I was hoping for C for cheese, but
And I was hoping for G for greater.
All right, on to our next one here. As Ethan puts it up there on the list, now in our D spot.
Maybe I'll make
Random nouns. Example here, elbow. I forget what we got last time for this, but I remember we got something kind of crazy. So we'll see what we get here.
Huh.
Nest.
Oh, like the one that the bird is trying to put inside my air conditioning unit right over there.
Yeah.
I see.
Or a squirrel nest, even. Like
snake nest.
Snake nest.
They kind of make them, I think. A rat
Some
nest.
say they're like, when you're a mother, when your kids leave, they left my nest. So it could be your home.
I'm sailing out at sea and I don't know where I'm going except for the kid up top in the crow's nest.
See? So we got to think about now I remember what this one gave us. This one gave us nation and then suggestion last time.
Okay.
Some pretty good nouns. So this one's a little bit more simple, but for thinking of nest as a home. But when I hear nest, though, the first thing I think of is a bird nest for sure.
Right. But it doesn't say bird nest, it says nest. But yes, I'm also with you. There's also a nest of cables behind my computer monitors that are strung over the 2 feet gap to my shelving unit full of computer equipment and game consoles and whatnot that I fight every day with, and that's a negative for me. I also find, the nest of bureaucracy to be holding back this country. Hey, you can drain a swamp, but if there's just a thicket underneath, that's a nest. No, I'm joking, but
a dam.
No, they're important. I would say I think it's crazy how some of these dumbass animals are intelligent enough to be like, no, my egg will fall unless I pack these sticks perfectly. Stuff like that.
And I need to keep them warm, you know?
Or like, there's tasty eggs in that pile of sticks.
And
I
some
know
of them,
what a nest is.
And some animals be making nests out of like plastic and like different other like garbage. They're actually reusing stuff. For some, nests are food too, because some animals be looking for those nests to make
snakes
to make themselves a meal. Or humans, we be going to those chicken coops and stealing all their eggs and their nests.
Right? I mean, hey, they're not being fertilized at first, so it's not like
still,
you know. But positive. I think they're cool. I think they're good. I would consider my apartment here a nest full of shit. But I don't know if I would be like, hell yeah. To me, hear me out. Is the concept of a nest the sponge mop of the outdoors?
When you need one, you need it, and you got it.
And it works every time.
If anything, I'd argue it's probably more needed than a sponge mop, traditionally speaking, or historically.
You haven't seen my kids.
But yeah, even if we do like the meaning of nest being more like a home, a place for the youngins to grow, I think that I don't know if it's in B tier yet. I think let's put it in C. C feels right. It maybe we need to swap it later. Maybe we do have a swap
and we never used it last time, right?
No, we did. We did at the end. We swapped nations. We put it down.
Oh, we did. Right. Okay.
With a random book we didn't know.
Fair. It's like, well, I guess we give the benefit of the doubt to the book instead of nations as a concept. And now we have nest as a concept. So
yes, I think that's I like it in C right now. All right, now we're going to Wikipedia, and as you can see here, we have Samuel Bellamy, Black Sam, always here to greet us and tell us where to go, which is we're hitting the random article. This one we'll see what we get this time. I feel like this one really, out of all of them, really gets specific. So we'll see.
Okay.
The Bennett Brook Railway. In Perth. In a West Australian Light Railway Preservation Association tourist-oriented railway.
Is this an actual like train line that runs trains?
Yep.
Okay.
For tourists. So I think it's more of like an attraction rather than I need this to get to work.
Right.
Which would be cool if you're like, this is my commute.
Things.
This is my commute right here. This would be awesome.
Every British child grows up being like, when can I go to school? On one of those.
Is Thomas gonna take me to school? Thomas the Tank Engine.
I mean, I was thinking about Harry Potter, but Thomas is a more important train in my opinion. Listen, we love trains here on
There's multiple trains, I think, that at some point.
Well, yeah, if it's a train line, so multiple, but the concept of trains in general, we are pro train. Found that funny TikTok or whatever Twitter video that someone posted, probably was on Threads, considering the type of person that posted it, of this British woman saying like, this train is going alarmingly fast, and you just watch the video and it's not. It's just going general train speed, but it's like, man,
it wasn't even a bullet train. It was just like your average.
It was an old, just whatever commuter train or whatever that they had in Britain.
It's like the ones in DC, like, you know what I mean? Just your normal, like, it's probably going like 50 miles an hour. Like,
they're going
your car probably goes faster.
Speed. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's even if they went faster, that's what they're supposed to do. This specific type of train though sounds like it's currently more of a tourist attraction and not much of a we are hauling lumber, steel, oil, or whatever, or we're hauling people, or both. Amtrak, by the way, will let you attach your own train cars to their trains, and they will charge you by the mile. So watch out for the S-rank car. It's
That'd be
honestly
sick. Getting our own train would be kind of sick.
well, it's just a trained car for right now. But it's cheaper than trying to hire someone good at tagging to maintain the S rank logo on the side of a train car that's not ours. So
Folks who definitely shouldn't graffiti in general, but definitely don't do the S rank logo on the side of like a train, especially one in your neighborhood. You should definitely not do that.
You definitely shouldn't graffiti what I see to work almost every day over the summer, which is the word Funko Pops with the red cross out over it. It was on the underside of a bridge. I'm like, that's awesome.
But yeah, Bennett Brook Railway. So we like trains. I feel like we have to give it a little bit of love for that, just alone. It's it's pro train by default.
Yes,
it is a more of an attraction, which there's some of these in Colorado. I went on one up in the mountains, and it was nice. It was a good 30-minute little ride. It was fun. Went with my mom during the fall, and it was really pretty to see all the trees. I had a good time. I'm assuming that this is similar. This is in Western Australia. Has 4 stations. One of them being Kangaroo Flats. That's a pretty good name for a station, if you ask me.
I guess
Army wants to put this. I feel like I'm already kind of feeling this to be. I feel like it's got to be better than a sponge mop or a nest.
Yes. I'm with you. I guess the question I was gonna ask is it B or A? But we could be getting.
If this was like the bullet train Shinkansen from Japan, I think I put that a day.
This is a better train, or more vital train even.
Yes.
Sure. So okay, I think we're both in agreement on B then. What? How do I spell this?
Bennett, normal way, 2 N's and 2 T's. Brook Railway. Brook being BROOK, no E at the end of that.
Okay. Like you said, Bennett spelled the normal way, and I'm like, I don't know how you spell that the normal way.
I like the last name. I don't know. I've met a couple Bennetts.
I wouldn't have done 2 T's, so I wouldn't have known. Okay.
All right. Next one. GiantBomb.com, a specific profile by the name of Plow Driver, made 100 random things he sees. We're gonna roll the dice here. 1D 100. Go 60. 60. We're just gonna control F because that's a little far. Goblins.
I almost hit 59. Oh God, that would have been the S rank. Hey, one of these days.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts. Oh no, I would put that at like a.
You were gonna lose that. Just that you were gonna lose.
Goblins.
Goblins are pretty good.
It doesn't say any specific video game or anything. Just the concept of goblins. I think goblins are pretty cool. It's a fun word to say.
Yeah.
I know the band Goblin did a lot of soundtracks for a lot of horror movies and has done a lot of 70s progressive rock. Still touring to this day. Influence bands I also listen to. But the creature, D&D, we've played D&D together. Goblins are like a good opener. It's the Rattatas of D&D.
That they're always early. It's always cool to see even within Final Fantasy itself, let alone other RPGs. Every Final Fantasy draws its goblins differently. Sometimes they're weird wheel donut dudes, and sometimes they're more traditional. I got a little cap on, that type of thing. Also, they're a great barometer when you're watching, reading, or experiencing someone's fantasy kind of story in their world. How they treat goblins. Are they just straight up monsters? Are they like a race of people? And then how do they treat that race of people? Are all goblins like this because they're goblins? Or do you do, which is hey, then are we kind of treating racism as a, you know what I mean? That type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think they're a cool tool to judge how good is this fantasy author? How are they doing the goblins?
Or their politics,
But that's what I mean. You know what I mean? How are they, doing them gobos, because I don't know if you remember, all the goblins in Harry Potter were greedy assholes, and they all ran the banks.
That's weird. Huh. That's a weird kind of thing, huh?
Yeah.
What if there's other things in the Harry Potter universe that?
Oh, all of the elves were happy slaves.
Huh.
And the centaurs were classified as beasts. They weren't allowed to use magic. I could go on.
Beasts here.
I could go
beasts.
on. They
Goblins.
literally aren't
Also,
allowed to live in towns with people. Like, what the? Joanne, get a grip.
But yeah, goblins, goblin mode, going goblin mode is like,
it's in the dictionary.
It is in the dictionary now.
Yes, she got that. Well, I don't know if she went and tried to get it in the dictionary. Can't ever die is her current username.
I was gonna say, so like there's a chance though our kids in like 40 years, they'll watch a movie, I'm sure at this era, and someone's gonna say goblin mode, and they'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, it's what the boomers are saying these days, or whatever. So I don't know. I like goblins. I feel pretty passionately about the concept of goblins. I like saying going goblin mode. I
think they're a solid
A. Traditionally, I was gonna say I think this is an easy A. This is an easy A.
And guess what? A name for a stronger variant of goblin: redcaps. Do you know why they're called redcaps? Because they wear red hats. Because that's all a goblin needs to show he's tougher. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm still getting over this cold. I think I didn't mute one time.
Good.
All right,
the goblins are the goblins are getting to you.
Yeah.
All right, now we move to the last of our generators, but then like I said, we're gonna go through it one more time to get to 14. Now we're at on listchallenges.com. Leia just ranked or just randomly put together 125 random things that she loves, and we appreciate that she loves these. We're gonna roll the dice one more time. 1D 125 this time, and we'll see what we get. 124. We're going to the back to the list.
Did we ever state what happens if we get something we've had on a previous week?
I think we skip it. I think that's okay.
So now what happens in episode 124 of this podcast? What do we do with Leia? We probably
I think
retire
eventually
Leia earlier than that.
Probably
right?
yeah, or maybe she has other lists perhaps of other things. I don't know. So
IMDb user lists are always funny to me because they don't realize it's not private. So it's always stuff like movies I still need to see, and like, who are you? You know what I mean?
Oh, I forget when I click this, I star it for some reason. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can scroll up here. Young Justice, which looks like the Justice League, like
it was
TV
a cartoon
show called Young Justice.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar, I'll admit.
It's like,
but Superman's wearing like a black T-shirt variant, which is kind of sick.
I think it's Superboy.
Superboy. He's a more of an emo guy. That's cool.
I don't. Listen, as much as I like Superman and all that stuff, on the DC side, I don't really remember if Superboy is like his son, or if it's like another cousin he had. Excuse me, I don't remember. At one point, there was that cool art of Superboy with the leather jacket, and with the Superman logo embossed on the back that says "Don't mess with the S." And he was like a greaser, like a 50s greaser. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But Young Justice, I heard that show was beloved by the most nerdiest nerds who've ever nerded in the DC universe. You remember the DC Dome, a fandom. We did two episodes on that stupid dome.
And I wish they'd bring it back because it's funny as fuck. Just say DC Dome. Because we kept calling it Dimmadome and DC Dome, DC Fandome. Because it just I started forgetting what it was actually called. Like it just started to
because it's like fandom, but it's under one dome. Like they trapped the Simpsons
it wasn't even at like an actual like dome arena either, if I'm not mistaken. It kind of was just like
it was
their virtual event
Nintendo,
mostly.
It was their like Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Type thing, but like more, I don't know.
DC Dimmadome.
Exactly. My point being is that like I don't remember if Young Justice was ever there, but that would be one of the things where it's like in the rundown of here's everything that was at the DC Fandom,
It's like season 8 announcement.
That would be towards the bottom, and like only the hardcore fans would be like, yes. Because I think that show was struggling to like stay afloat. Like ratings were bad because that was back in like.
Well, this list is definitely made around 2017, maybe 2018, the latest, based off some of the things we have seen. So. Yeah, I don't know when this ended. I haven't heard of it, so I'm assuming it's ended at this point.
Probably has. It probably has. Yeah, I never watched it.
Where do we put the? I mean, like, I guess like the only thing that's pulling me like up in any direction is just that I generally like DC. I was always more of a Marvel kid growing up. At this point, the DC movies I find a little bit more interesting than the Marvel movies, if that makes a difference.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. But because like, they haven't been awful.
But this is something I wouldn't watch. Like even if it like popped up on my television somehow, I'm like, I'm changing the channel. I'm sorry. Like I'm changing the channel.
Yes.
If it was Teen Titans, maybe I'd watch for nostalgia's sake because that was our era.
But then they brought Teen Titans back as a more goofy like Cartoon Network show, and like that is what those with kids now look at that stuff. If it was like Batman Beyond, I'm there. They need to make an animated Batman Beyond movie. They got to do it. But yeah, like even like there was that Superman cartoon. I don't remember. I think it was just on HBO Max. That it was like, hey, here's a more like he's like 22. Kind of like.
I think I saw that in passing. Yeah.
And like that was more of like my thing. But I never finished that show either. To be fair, so I don't know. I don't really have. I can't really see that image. Who's in it? I know you said Superboy.
Oh God, Superboy. There's a green lady with red hair. There's I don't even know who these people are. I'm gonna be honest. I see Robin.
Okay.
Is this? I'm just gonna.
I don't know if there was a Young Justice.
I spelled Young Justice as young like a rapper.
Oh my God. That would be different then if there's a rapper out there named Young Justice.
The former lawyer turned rapper, Young Justice.
Hell yes. God.
Is this?
I took the bar. Now I'm dropping bars.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I took the bar.
I'm seeing a Green Arrow dude. I'm seeing an Aquaman kid. I'm seeing Superboy. I'm seeing Robin. I'm seeing Wonder Girl. I'm seeing. The logo for the Flash.
Yeah, these all look. I think most of them are on here, except for maybe Arrow guy.
Okay.
So.
I don't know. I would just put it at D and just be like,
yeah,
it's not really for us.
Yeah, and maybe we swap it to E depending on what else we get. So
can I spell it Y-U-N-G?
Do it. That's the new favorite. My new favorite rapper right now is Young Justice, man. He's talking about like how unfair the justice system. That's why he left in the first place.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Now we go back to
where our 2 Ds are taken now.
Golden Cheese Grater and Young Justice. Not to be confused with Young Justice. Okay.
Yeah, we chose not to rank them. We just chose to rank this funny rapper name instead.
All right. Rerun. Of random people here back to the front. It's Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Seriously?
It's just a younger photo.
I was going to say, I couldn't even tell who that is. All right, so we had a Nazi last week. I guess we have one again this week. F-Spot. We're not RFK.
Yeah, put them in the F-Spot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is him. Fuck. It looks like if Al Gore died before he died. He's still alive.
Yeah, our goat Al Gore is still alive. The inventor of the internet and
Great.
Climate change or whatever. Global warming. All right, that was a good one. That was an easy one, but that was a good one. I tipped the hat to this. Hey, Google's I'm feeling lucky got fired day one. Our replacement. He's cooking. He came into work today.
Well, I told you how
he's getting a raise immediately.
Told you when I found this one because we were looking for a replacement, folks at home, and I found this and I clicked it twice, and the second one didn't show a picture, and it was the Prophet Muhammad. I'm like, okay, that is kind of funny. They're like, here are all photos of people. Here's the one guy we cannot show a photo of. You're not supposed to depict a photo of this guy. Not that they did, but still. And now they have, yeah.
Pretty good.
Chris
Yeah,
Pratt's
RFK.
favorite.
I mean, 20 years ago, I wonder where we would rank him. We probably wouldn't know much about him because we'd be babies, but I don't know. Worm brain. On to the next. Random object generator. A charger. Okay, this might have... I mean, just quickly looking at our list, this is it's got to be an A. I mean, without this, like, things aren't working. I won't be able to do my job.
It's giving is just the word charger, right?
Yes.
And we're taking that to be an electrical device charger.
Not
AC
a Dodge
adapter.
charger.
Well, that was my joke at one point. Yeah, because how else would you take that? I go to the store and I buy something and she charges me. She's my charger.
Yeah, that doesn't really work. I think it is just like the concept of an object that is your charging. I mean, and chargers have gone back before, our necessity for phones. Your PSPs as a kid, your Game Boys.
PSP definitely
hey, if you have an EV, you need your charger.
Yeah,
that car ain't gonna run.
Yeah.
I think I would have put this at A, even if we didn't even if B and C were fully available. Right. I think I probably would put this at A just because of necessity. The question is, though, is this actually S?
Right. Because this is so essential, we would not have a show. Actually, no. All my equipment here is plugged in to. That's not being charged. But my phone would be dead. Everything here.
I'm just saying, my work I run on a laptop. If my charger just disappeared, I wouldn't be able to do anything.
That's true. You'd have to go and back in time and when computers were the size of a room and only at MIT and shit like that. I kind of want to put it at S spot. I don't think we're going to get better than this important of a thing. Chargers.
We do have a swap.
Right.
Let's do it. I mean, it's definitely an A for sure, but I'm kind of with you where I'm like, just by necessity. Like, how many things would not work in general without a charger?
And if we find something that is better, then we find something that's better. You know what I mean? We can always swap.
Yeah. We can always move it to A. That's what I'm feeling. Like, we can always bump it down to A there. Because Goblins are pretty cool still, I'm going to say.
Yeah. At one point, I was going to humor asking if we should put Goblins at S. But I'm glad we didn't so far.
Charger. All right. Back to our. I'm just gonna scroll back to the top. Back to our Twitter account here. 1D12. 2.
Oh, I think we might have seen that before.
No, we have not.
Okay.
Monopoly, but Scott the Woz edition. I don't know who Scott the Woz is. Am I supposed to?
I want to put him in F tier just because, but I can't put him next to RFK Jr. Scott the Woz is...
Please tell me who this guy is.
He's a Nintendo YouTuber that is on the level of just, like, in my opinion, he's got a lot of fans. Just one of those, like, obnoxious, like, and then the Kirby game, and then because this links to this, then it must be this, and blah, 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 and the Wii U, and here's Nintendo fact, and so much of it is, like, meant for entertainment, and I don't like how some of the context or important history or cool information is often filtered into quirky internet personality, David Bryan Gilbert-esque, like, mannerisms. But that's just me being a hater. I know he is very well liked. At one point, he was, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I get this as positive for him, on a, like, hey, I think he might be a Me Too level bad, and nothing ever happened out of that, so I guess he wasn't, you know what I mean? That was many years ago, so if I'm remembering correctly, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong person, but I just don't like him. I don't like what he does. A lot of it's out of jealousy.
I'm looking at the photos. Is this all the same guy, or is he just?
I don't know. He probably has a crew that like at least does stuff for him, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's people he's had on videos and whatnot.
Because like if this is all him, I'm kind of impressed by the different eras, I guess. Because like him and the one with the baseball cap and the glasses, I see that. This is him with longer hair and a baseball cap. But then you get like
scroll it up because all I see is like two people.
I don't know if I can. Hold on. Let me zoom out.
Well, just know that we're seeing only a cropping of those people.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We can kind of do this. Let me zoom in.
Oh, I guess that works.
Yeah, like this guy does not look like him.
I don't think it's, but like,
that's him too. Like, I don't know.
Is that an official Monopoly board? Because that's wild.
Scott the Woz edition. I don't see the word edition, so it might be Photoshop. But here you say all this. I don't know this guy, but even if I assume everything you just said is correct or is subjectively correct, whatever.
And I don't even think I made my case very well, personally.
Take all that away. Monopoly the game isn't good.
It's not designed to be fun.
It was a game that literally did the capitalism when it was a game supposed to make fun of capitalism and how stupid it is, and then the people stole that idea and were like, we should make a board game and capitalize on this.
And also, to be fair,
and then the game isn't fun. The game isn't fun.
And just to defend it a little bit, a lot of that is because people have made house rules and think that they're official rules, like the free parking money thing, which just prolongs the game forever because that's money's never leaving. You know what I mean? The pool as much. But I am
it's
with
still,
you.
It's still a game you need to set up, and like you never finish it. Like at least in a physical space. I've played the awful Steam game with my brother, and that was fun for the 2 times we played it. And it was like you could create the rules, so it's like you have 40 turns or whatever. There's a time limit, whatever. Versus, and I do have a Game of Thrones one that was gifted to me, and it did have a really fun card in it that like basically fucked over everyone at one point. And that's when we decided to end because it was pretty much, oh, this game's over. Like it's only a matter of time. Well, basically gave money from everyone to one person. So it was kind of like, and for the context of it, it made sense. But I haven't touched it since. I'll be honest. But
yeah, I mean,
it's not my go-to game, man. Like there's so many better board games out there.
Monopoly, like if you play it till you're done, like it's all the way over, then for a while you've been playing a game that is already decided. Like how is it's just, it becomes Kingmaker at that point. Do I fuck over one person who's clearly not going to win? But then do I have to? Like that type. And then then people get pissy when it's like, hey, I know I'm going to lose. Devin, want to trade? I'll give you all of my stuff for $1. And then it's like, well, you're not playing fair. But like, how else? I'm with you on that. I have Monopoly for the PlayStation 1. That I think my mom got for like $5. There's like a sticker on it that's like a price or whatever. And I remember playing that a lot just because I thought it was neat that like this board game is on the PlayStation. I had Pokemon Monopoly as a kid, and the tokens, the objects were Pokemon. It was Pikachu, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Mewtwo, and one other because there were 6 in total. And they were rubbery. And it was
Brock.
And Brock, yes. 5 Pokemon and Brock. They were rubbery. My dog chewed on one of them, and I've never been happy since. And then I also like threw away a lot of the money or something. I don't know. So Monopoly.
I feel
Scott the Woz edition.
I think there is an argument to put in an F. I know RFK Jr. is kind of like making it big. But I'm worried if we put it at like E, we're gonna get like some just okay things that are just not like, and then we ruin, and then F is gonna be something that we think is better, and then we are forced to use that swap for that. Versus, do we get an A/S tier potential thing? I think it's I know it sucks, but maybe F is just a wide spectrum in this list. You know, like of awful person to who gives a fuck about Monopoly. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
yeah.
you've convinced me. I mean, I just didn't want to like be like, you're a hater. Oh, you put him with RFK Jr. You know what I mean? You just immediately went down to the bottom, that type of thing. But that's that you know that
We
was
can
how I
always
was
swap
feeling
it.
at
Maybe it
first.
works out. We can swap it with an E just to make ourselves feel better. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what we get next couple here. But we're getting down to the wire already. So it's like we
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
and I kind of like leaving two E's open because we might just get things that were like, eh.
Fair enough.
All right, let's go to our next one here. Whoops. This is really zoomed in on Nest. Sorry, folks. All right. This one's also been low key like the craziest one. Just gives us very like broad things. All right. Random noun. Here we go.
Maybe it'll give us broads.
Cushion.
Huh.
Low key. When I think about it, cushions be doing a lot, and we don't think about them every day. They help support our asses.
Yeah.
They provide safety.
Yeah. They're a useful term for like, hey, it's not urgent, it's not dangerous, I am protected, I have a cushion from this. You know, we might call our paycheck might be, okay, this is the cushion, I am good now, you know.
Or
like
in
stuff
sports,
like
you have a big enough lead, you might say, oh, it's okay, they scored a touchdown, we have enough cushion.
If you have a fat ass, you might say I have enough cushion for the pushing.
True.
You know,
true.
so it's pretty important. Is it A or C important though? Because guess what? SpongeBob is all that and more.
Well, hold on, I have it right here. The Bennett Brook Railway, it has a train on it. I can guarantee you there's no cushions on those seats, but if there was, it'd be a lot nicer on the train.
Right, okay.
So if you add a cushion to things, it makes those things better. And that's what sometimes you look at that and you're like I'm saying, it's like under the radar, but like when you take it away, you realize how much it's needed. The real question I'm actually thinking, is this better than Charger?
No. The world would collapse without chargers.
But you take away cushions, no one be sitting anywhere.
Then the grind set wins, and honestly, we would probably do better, you know? I can be convinced to A. I can't be convinced to C. Or to S. Charger is in C, or is in S, and the first letter is C.
I'm just saying, like, historically, Chargers are the GOAT in the modern era. But cushions have been holding it down for at least 500 thousands of years.
For the wealthy. Not your average day person who needs...
At one point, the Charger was there too, though.
I don't know.
Hey, with the way video game consoles be expensive, the wealthy pretty much be having them Switch 2s. I ain't charging no Switch 2 anytime soon, if at all.
I ain't sitting on one either, so that's what the cushion would be for.
But the cushion has been there since almost day one of human history. I'm just thinking about from that perspective. I'm fine putting an A. I'm just thinking about it. I just think we're underrating cushions. Because think about it, the first horse. When we were riding that horse, we needed a little cushion under that because that thing is going to eat away your ass.
Were we meant to ride those horses? Is a
The
cushion
car. You're
just
not driving.
Is a
You're
cushion
not driving.
just a way for man to dominate his environment? Is to say, no, this wasn't meant for me. Fuck you, now it is. This entire species is meant for me. I now sit on this. This is what it's known for. I sit on this horse. This horse was meant for me. Do we like that? Do we like that? Let's be honest. Cushions at A. I will hear no further judgment. No, really, what I'm thinking is maybe we wait until at the end and we can make final closing arguments. But
Yeah. I'm just saying, Kush shouldn't be underrated. That's all. I just wanted to point that out there. All right, Wikipedia. This is gonna be interesting. Random article. Jane Kim. We got a person. We got our third person on this list. Born on September 11th.
Technically fourth.
Yikes. That's unfortunate. But it's 1988, so it's not her fault. Most widely known in the Western world is Jane Kim. Also, her Korean name is Kim Jan-in. Is a professional climber who specializes in competition climbing. I've seen this before. It's crazy. They're Spider-Manning up these rock walls. If you've ever done a rock wall, imagine going up that in like 15 seconds. Not even. She's mainly active in competition. Lead climbing, which is which I've seen before. Competition bouldering. She's won the lead climbing World Cup 3 times, 2010, 2013, 2014. She went almost back to back to back. She also was a climbing world champion in 2014. She won the Asian championships 14 times in 15 years. Are you kidding me?
Man, we should have had Scott the Woz Monopoly up higher so we had an empty slot. She's just as bad as RFK Jr.
No.
I'm kidding.
I mean, she clearly is goated in her sport. That's what it sounds like. She's goated in her sport. It says she red pointed her first route graded beyond the 8B+. I don't even know what that means.
Right. And so that is that C, though?
In Arco, Italy.
Where's Arco?
In Italy.
Where in Italy? Without looking it up.
Probably
must not be that important.
It must be in the north because it's like the only mountains in Italy.
No, there's mountains in Sicily, right? Wasn't Pompeii a volcano? And Pompeii could have been in the north. I don't know.
I think Pompeii was the city name, but it doesn't matter. I know what you're talking.
The volcano. It was nearby. They obviously all died.
Rock Master. Has she been in the Olympics? Is there? I thought this was the Olympics. Or is this like before they?
It's in 1988.
She was in a TV show called The Running Man. I don't know if it's related to the Running Man Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and then the one that's coming out.
I doubt
next month.
All right. Well, where do you want this? There's only 3 spots. 2 of them are the same.
It sucks, man, because I feel like this is like a B. But we love trains.
You wanted to put the train there.
I think we have to put her in C. And I just feel bad because she's clearly the GOAT at the sport. But to be fair, I don't watch the sport. Like, I watched it at the Olympics and I thought it was cool, but it's not something I follow. But she's clearly the Tom Brady of her sport, and that's cool. But it's just not for us. But that doesn't make her bad. So I think C, I guess, makes the most sense. I think if B was open and we still also had a C slot, I think I'd put her at B just by that respect. But based off what else is in B, we know about Marilyn Monroe. She's also a GOAT. And then we like trains, Bennett Brook Railway.
Right.
We could always switch it. Oh, it's Jain.
Oh.
Maybe it's Jain, Kim. Maybe that's probably how it's pronounced. My bad.
You're bad.
But she's the GOAT, and she has a website. That means you're doing something right.
KKK has a website.
God damn it. All right. Back to this list here. Let's roll that D100.
Right. Okay.
94. Just gonna scroll. 94. Puzzle.
Just puzzle?
Yeah.
So here's the problem.
The picture is like one of those wooden block puzzles.
Sure. And I like those. Here's the problem. We only have 2 E's, which means if we want to be fair to puzzles, we need to swap.
Do we?
At the highest, I would put it at a C. Right?
Do we put Young Justice?
Honestly.
Like to E? Do we use our swap here and put Young Justice at E?
Just so it's out of D?
Or do we put Golden Cheese Grater? I think I like Young Justice more than the Golden Cheese Grater. So we could move to Golden Cheese Grater. But the cheese grater is still useful, though.
I hate to metagame this. What if we wait for the last thing and then decide if we want to move puzzle?
Yeah, we do run the risk, though, of having like three or four things. We're like, but that's part of the game. You know, whether we win or lose. I think last week or last one we won. But maybe this one we lose. I don't know. We got to see where it falls. Like I think the strat so far is we have to swap at the end most of the times, unless we're really dead set on something.
Yeah. And like you said, whether we win or lose, Alien versus Predator.
Right. Goblins.
Picture of goblins, half cut off.
All right, back to end this off. Our last one. Leia's list.
Hope you have a stinker, Leia, so we don't have to deal with it.
All right, I'm gonna make this. So far I noticed on this website I can press go, or I can press start, and start will make it like just keep going until I press stop. So I'll make it more epic here, and
sure,
because the kids love epic things. All right, close my eyes. I can't even like try to pinpoint it. 86.
Oh.
86.
I remember that. 1986.
Okay, Murder, She Wrote. Isn't that the TV show?
I used to watch that show all the time. That can't be an E.
P.F. Chang's is on this list next to old Taylor Swift.
Wait, do I see Monk, the show, up there? Oh, thank God we didn't pull Monk, because I would be like, no, that's S tier.
There's some good random shit on this. I love this list.
All right.
Murder, She Wrote. I don't know anything about it. Isn't it a TV show, or is it based off a book? I don't even.
It was a serialized detective, mystery type of show where I don't think she worked directly with the police, but she was a crime novelist, and therefore is good at finding out who killed who and stuff like that. And she did have a cameo at the very beginning of Crystal Coconut. What was the second Knives Out movie called? Whatever that one was.
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion, Crystal Coconut.
Crystal Coconut is in an alternate universe. That movie, it's the same movie, but it's just about a crystal coconut.
She's one of the people that he's playing Among Us with at the beginning on like a Zoom call or whatever. I would say Columbo is more beloved of shows of that era, of that type, but it was a solid one, and I guess for history's sake, I don't know how many of them starred a woman, you know what I mean, as the lead, but I could be wrong. There could be a lot of them just because that would be a popular genre for stay-at-home housewives, you know what I mean, anyway, so I don't know. I watched the show a lot as a kid. I liked the show. We only have an E spot, and so I guess the question is, we're going to swap something, because if I have my way, I would swap Murder, She Wrote with something. So we are at least going to swap something here. It's the question of what are we swapping? So I'm going to put, I almost typed in what are we swapping. I'm going to type in Murder, She Wrote here for now. And then we're going to look at the entire list and decide what we want to do with this. And what I want from you, Devin, as the host, I want you to run down from F all the way to S, rather, from worst to best, what we have for any audio listeners or people not watching this video while I blow my nose. All
right. So on F, we have RFK Jr. That's right. The current whatever his fucking title is, the guy who's supposed to be in charge of our healthcare, but is like anti everything healthcare. Monopoly Scott the Woz edition, whether or not it's a real thing. Then we have Puzzle in E tier, Murder, She Wrote in E tier right now. Golden Cheese Grater in D. We have Young Justice in D, the TV show, not the rapper. Don't get confused. We have SpongeBob C. Nest, the concept, in C. J.N. Kim, the rock climber, in C. The goat of rock climbing, I guess, currently from Korea. Marilyn Monroe is in B for Bombshell. Also B for Bombshell. Bennett Brook Railway. We haven't been to it, but we like trains. Then A, we have Goblins, which is probably my favorite on this list, actually. I think if you didn't have Charger or Cushion, I think we could have argued for S for Goblins based on everything else on this list. Cushion is in A as well, and then we have Charger currently in S, the one and only S tier spot. Man, I don't know if we won. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we won this.
Yeah,
but like, what can we do to like limit the damage to make it feel palatable?
I would say, unfortunately, our two E's are higher than where they're at. Just that's where they're at. But then it's not like we have a lot of really bad things either. We kind of were just given things, you know what I mean? Not every time this random chance is going to give us an even spread, right? To be fair. I mean, both times it's given us Nazis, but so someone's looking out for us.
I hope that trend ends, by the way.
Well, the way the internet is working right now, thank God like we're not doing random Twitter posts. Because then we would get guaranteed something Nazi every time. So I guess this is just the way it is. I guess looking at this list now, things I am unhappy with, if I were to just say. Puzzle, Murder, She Wrote, I think are in the wrong spots. And
part of me is feeling like Bennett Brook Railway like could maybe be dropped down to C, but then something else would have to be moved from C, and I don't know what to move from C.
SpongeBob, but then like I'm not super.
I'll say I'm not.
That.
I don't have an opinion on Murder She Wrote, but Puzzle. Like in one way, I can hear an argument for something. I don't think it's ELO, but like I could hear an argument for D, just because I'm not a big puzzle fan. Like generally speaking, it always depends on what type of puzzles, but it's not like I love a good Resident Evil puzzle sometimes, but I don't like what the example was with the wooden puzzle. Like I
liked those. Yeah, that's the thing is I like those.
Or a puzzle to me is like almost like, you know, it's a physical riddle, and I just sometimes it makes me mad. So for me, it's like a puzzle is probably a D more so than an E. It's like not like E to me is like when we get into like we follow our even video game movie logic when we do rank those. Like E was always like it's bad. Like there's really no redeeming.
And neither of the E's are bad. Like they're just not. I would say that they're good. Unfortunately, we have good things in good. You know, we can't just. I would say I would be okay with either of the E's being swapped with either of the D's.
Do we put...
I would love if both of them moved, but that's just the way it is. We can't. We get one swap.
Do we put puzzle down to... or put it up to D and we swap maybe golden cheese grater? I mean, like I said, I'm changing the channel when Young Justice comes on, but I'm not like, I guess a golden cheese grater, I still like, there's a chance I would use that though versus Young Justice. Maybe Young Justice moves down.
Yeah, I mean, I could go without.
I keep going back and forth.
Justice. I could use a golden cheese grater.
Like if you didn't have a cheese grater in your house, and all of a sudden you wanted a cheese grater, you wouldn't care what color it is. You know what I mean? You needed one. When I'm like, oh crap, my favorite show isn't on. Man, I would take a Young Justice no, like that doesn't work. So maybe I think Young Justice moves to E, and we switch puzzle with Young Justice, because then puzzle I feel a little bit more better about. And then I guess I feel a little bit better with this list personally. I mean, like I said, I don't have a strong opinion, or I don't know much about Murder, She Wrote. So like for me, I'm kind of just skipping that. And if you take away that, I'm pretty happy with this list. Maybe Monopoly Scott the Woz deserves maybe an E, but like whatever. I don't like Monopoly typically. So I'm looking at this list and I'm pretty... Maybe I would swap Jian Kim with like Bennett Brooke for me personally, just because of this. Like I like that we have two goats in their
Yeah,
fields.
but you didn't know who she was, and I feel
I
like
didn't know who she
because
was,
you
but
didn't
now that I
know who she
know
was. But I feel like it doesn't matter the accomplishments if you've never heard of this person in your life. You can't just immediately be like, she's on one of the higher tiers. I feel like the best is just like, well, obviously at least a C, and then we just leave it there. I still feel like we lost overall, because I feel like we have. I
think we did good. Like I think A to S is probably good. Like I think there's an argument to be made for me with Cushions to Charger, but I'm okay with Charger being an S. Like it's a 1A for Cushions, and Goblins are pretty cool. So I'm pretty satisfied
S and
with
A. I feel
A3.
like are good. It's when we get down to B where it's like that specific train line B. I don't know, man. It's just like I said, it's skewed too good, and then with a Nazi at the other end. So
I think this, in a way, though, we lost. I agree that we lost this one, but in a way, I feel like this one had a better spectrum of things compared to our first list. Where the first list, I feel like C backwards was all kind of just it just was mediocre. Like C turned into a mediocre as opposed to just average. If I'm not mistaken, last time. Not mediocre in the sense of I shouldn't even use that because one of the things was like Friends, and we're like, oh, kind of indifferent on Friends, so it just didn't like hit as hard as SpongeBob did, Yeah, an interesting list, but I agree. I think we lose this one. So far this go around, or these first two episodes here, we're 1-1. We're 1-1. You can't win them all.
Yeah. Yeah, we can only hope for better. And like again, like it's part of the game. When we are, in the first third of our objects, people, whatever being given to us are proper nouns, and we're like, well, where are we going to put this? And we are making guesses on how many things, better or worse, are going to come after this when we decide to put it low or high. You know what I mean?
This gave us more good challenges in the first one, so we'll see what the next one. Maybe it'll even out. I don't know, but yeah,
man,
damn. I do love A&S though. Goblins and Charger is pretty good.
It is pretty good. So far our two S rank stuff is Pizza Near Me and Charger, and like, yeah, we'll
see if we get something that isn't like a tool as S. We'll see. I would love for like Ice Age to be on S for some reason. You know what I mean? Shrek. I just wanted like an animated movie from our time to be an S for some reason.
One day hey,
Over the Hedge.
Ugh, I hated that movie. That's a strong. I didn't hate that movie. What I will say is that our last two random thingies will certainly have Shrek in one of them. I can tell you that right now. Because of the nature of
maybe we keep playing this podcast until we get Shrek, and if we don't, we do it till we die.
Every episode is a loss unless Shrek was in it. Yeah. All right. I mean, This is
folks. This was S Rank, the podcast. Podcast with the intent of being short, but we talk too much on this show and all our shows. If you like this show, check out our other stuff. We play video games. Some of us review new movies coming out. Both of us review video game movies. We do streams of different varieties. Like I said, video games. We also do trivia kind of game shows.
Console repair.
Console repair.
Do that tomorrow.
That looked like a needle at first. I'm like,
drug
use.
No. It's thermal paste.
But yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot on this channel. We're the true working man's variety channel. We try our best to do what we want to do, but also try to keep it frequent-ish. So if you like this stuff, give it a like, but also check out all our stuff. We'd appreciate it.
And more importantly, subscribe.
Yeah, you should subscribe and let us know in the comments if we totally messed up this list. I want to know other people's lists where they would put.
Yeah, why don't we do a thing? Write down from what you have known now. You put the tiers. That's a fun challenge because you, as the audience, know what the entire list is. So you're already coming in with the full picture. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
I
yeah,
want to
you
see
do it.
the full list. You do
Yeah.
it. You do it. All right. See y'all next time.
Oh, is that our fun little thing now we
Yeah,
gotta
I
do?
don't know.
Shoot the audience.
Shoot them in the back as they're walking out the door.